important to have fun with what you have. And the clothes I make, some of the things friends make for me. People give me a lot of things. I believe in giving things, so I get a lot of things, you know. It's funny how that works. It's like recycling. If you give what you have, it comes back to you in another form line. And this top, a friend of mine, artist named Allison Rich, who had an exhibit down at Rio. She did this top right here. It's one of my favorites. It's real fun. It's crazy. It's got a sense of humor, which I think is real important. And a lot of the things I wear or express have a sense of humor, which is very important, especially in this day and time with people taking things so seriously, like Jerry Falwell or some of the other really, really conservative people. We're in a very conservative time right now. Some people have equated it to 1957, and finally the 60s are actually going to happen. You know what I mean? They're going to really happen. It's funny, like the show Laughing, we were talking about this the other day, where Laughing was the end of the line for the 60s. It went that far where people were saying, okay, it's about expressing yourself and finding out what's inside and not being afraid to touch and feel and explore. But somehow Madison Avenue, I don't know whose fault it is, but somehow it just got cut off. And it turned into the 70s, and people were going back to their Puritan beginnings or whatever. But right now, I think with what the news is doing with Jim and Tammy Faye, scandals where a guy can't become president because he's sexual, something's wrong with that. Sexuality is something very natural. And I don't know, just some of those things that are kind of weird that are happening in the news and stuff are signaling something else. They're signaling something else to where people are not going to buy the same crap anymore. The Pope coming over, he was beautiful, he was wonderful, but more than ever before, Catholicism, people, their holes shot in it, shot to hell in it. It's like the American way of life, the American dream. It's like an inner tube. It's been patched up and patched up so many times that people are saying, wait a minute here. What is really going on here? You know? And in light of the new age happening, where people have to dig deep inside and the self thing again, it's just changing right now. And you can accept it or not, but I'm a sign of that whole change. I was born in 1960, and I grew up thinking that the people in charge now are going to make it better for the people who are below. And eventually, one day, everybody will have 8 pairs of shoes, and wonderful, wonderful. Everybody will be happy. Somewhere along the way, I unlearned my Mary Tyler Moore isms, like, you know, being passive and everything's sweet and nice, and learned that if something's going to change, it's going to change within myself, my attitude towards other people. I can help the world by accepting myself and not putting anybody else down because I see myself in them, you know. A lot of people might shout something at me from a car, something maybe nasty. What they're actually doing is shouting at themselves, them inside of me. I'm sure someone in their past told them, no, you can't do that. You cannot wear checks with plaids. Wrong, you're bad. Now go change. So when they see me out on the street with checks and plaids and stripes and plaids, they automatically go, no, wrong, go back to your room. They're redoing what they have heard and learned.
Paul, let me just interrupt you.
Sure.
Because it's not, wouldn't be saying it with checks and plaids, but heels and earrings and scarves and gigantic shoulder pads, I suppose.
All the most wonderful things on this planet. Platform shoes were one of the greatest. Thank America. It's one of the, you know, that's a good thing. That's not a derogatory thing, heels and plaids and colors. You know, I don't think God gave us arms so that we wouldn't wave them, or I don't think that we have legs so that we can just sit down with them. If there's colors and beautiful things, and wear them, do it, touch it, feel it. It's not, my God is a do God, not a don't God. My God is not a don't God. My God is a do God. It's not about you can't do that. It's about do what you can do. If you don't do things, if you don't run or sing or laugh, it's like slapping God in the face or saying, who cares? You know, it's like taking it for granted. I would urge everybody who's around me, I urge them to live. It's a short time compared to the mountains and trees, man. We are here. It's a very short time. It's not like, you know. So I believe in exploring yourself. I want to leave the park with, I don't want to leave the park with lots of ticket stubs in my hand. I want to use all my ticket stubs before I leave the park, the amusement park, you know. And that's what it's about. I love fun things.
Well, let me ask you a couple things. Should we interchange tape now, you think? Or we doing okay?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Look at, I mean, I don't know how anybody else knows anything about you. I don't know anything about you. Well, where are you? You're from San Diego, and were you raised out there? I mean, was your family life any different? Were you raised with a, you know, Jamaican aunt? I mean, I don't know that.
I don't think it was too much different from anybody else. I think because of time and space with media and the media that's available to me, I got a lot of information. I saw the 60s and all of that, and
you had just a normal childhood in San Diego?
I believe it was normal. My mother and father divorced when I was like 7 years old. It was very typical. My mother had to learn how to become a man overnight and learn how to be one in selfness. So she pulled out, and which was a great example for strength for me. And I did all the normal things, I suppose, and moved here when I was 15 years old and went to Northside School of Performing Arts.
I don't want to hamburger here, couldn't make falling down, breaking my leg. Hi there, Becky.
Okay, we're taping.
You have to keep it quiet. RuPaul's trying to explain why he's different.
All right. What happened
Did y'all change?
Wait.
But it really is interesting because I moved away from my mom's house when I was 15 to come live with my sister here in Atlanta. She had never been here before. All I knew about Atlanta was the Atlanta Braves, and Hank Aaron had just broken, was it Babe Ruth's record, that thing, and that's all I knew. I moved here and went to Northside School of Performing Arts, and it was the first time I hooked up with kids who were thinking along the same level, or close to the same level I had thought about, where my mind had just explored things. And through that school and going there, I got to explore myself and realize that I was actually a very wonderful person, and I had something to offer. And through there, they help you channel it into something that you could sell, that you could see and hold. And that's, you know, and I lived here for, after high school, I got in my brother-in-law's car business and traveled all over the United States doing that for 5 years. Then I got into show business. I hooked up with
Did you just really say that?
Public access show. I hooked up with them because I watched the television and saw it on television, and I met a band called The Now Explosion. The Now Explosion gave me my break in nightclubs, and I started singing in nightclubs, and one thing led to another. So from there, I
He got through explaining why come him to be different shit.
my nightclub back, and from there, real rock and roll. Then we did some recordings, and one thing led to another, where I went to New York and did other art pieces. I started doing the movies.
Why do you do the movies?
Why?
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do movies. I've always wanted to act and direct and have an idea.
Well, it's kind of like Simeon on TV.
Realization. I'm not very commercial in the Madison Avenue respect, you know, but that's not going to stop me. That can't stop anybody, actually. Anybody, if you have a goal, that's all you need. It's desire is more important than money or.
Becky, you didn't know that Marlboro was coming.
We just woke up looking. We was supposed to talk about what kind of influence RuPaul had been, what kind of inspiration he'd been to all of us in our careers, and what kind of inspiration he was to the artistic community.
You're so right.
Yeah.
And this Simeon guy.
Right after I got in here and slugged.
Don't that mean like a monkey?
Yeah, it does.
Hi.
Hi, why is your name like a species of a monkey?
Well,
It's
perhaps
like,
you don't know your Bible. And
oh, well, what did Simeon do? Did he sin? I don't know my Bible. Tell me, tell me.
Did he sin?
Simeon was the lost tribe of Israel.
Oh.
Now look, when we're doing this, we can pick up every sound, and it's going to screw it up. So keep quiet, will you? Thanks.
He done told us to be quiet.
I know. Well, you know, he's exploiting RuPaul. I can feel it. And Rue thinks something good's gonna come out of it. And I try to be good.
Well,
I tried.
They told us we're supposed to come down here and talk about what kind of inspiration RuPaul had been to the artistic community, what kind of inspiration he'd been to our careers. And all they've been doing there telling us to dead blame be quiet. Ain't nobody gonna know what RuPaul's done for our careers if we don't get a chance to tell them. I'm Wanda Peak. These are my sorry sisters, Deandra and Marva. I'm an international famous singing star. I'm an investigative journalistic reporter. I had the gift of that before I was an international famous singing star.
Madam, why are you so uptight? Did you have an appointment with me?
I sure do. It's against union rules for me to even be here. I'm here to tell you about what kind of inspiration RuPaul's been to me.
Why don't you
if
hold
y'all
it down?
don't want to hear it, we go to Channel Dead Blame too and tell them they've been calling us all day.
I'm sure they have.
And y'all ain't supposed to be talking to her like that neither. She's a video artist.
Would you calm down already? Jesus Christ, wacko. I'm telling you.
I'm here to do a job. I'm a professional. I'm a professional. I'm here to do a job. I got a union. I got a manager. Every one of them. Totally. You can hear it from my sisters. We all come from Palmetto, Georgia. All raised in Palmetto, Georgia. We all got the gift of natural blonde hair. I got the gift of being also natural curly hair.
Hey,
she got the gift of a natural shave. First thing I ever had was the gift of investigative journalistic work. And y'all don't know how to do it. Y'all ain't been doing no investigating since y'all been here. Tonight won't be just any night. Tonight there will be no morning storm.
Sure, let's do something.
Tonight, you look to my mother tonight.